I'm testing out catchy, clickbaity titles. Did it work? Did it?
Did it?
Anyway, we made another short film. And this is another one of those, hey, just while I still remember, this is how and why we made it. But, so, hang on. It's not going to be boring, because I am going to be tying it to, like, theory. These are the books I'm reading this summer. Actually, I've already read these. I read half of this one. I didn't really get it. I'll reread it later. Seriously though, some of these books, oh my god, circle jerking. I haven't read these ones yet. I'm starting this one later today. Anyway, so the point is that the film that we just made, the short film, this is still in cycle 1, so the same short film is made exactly the same for both screen and head-mounted display, apart from the fact that we're shooting twice as wide field of view. Based on feedback from, well, not just feedback, but like watching myself, what we did last time. And you know what? I still didn't then center the camera enough for this one. When I'm watching it in head-mounted display, my eye is still having to move too much. I have to really like just put crosshairs in the middle of the face of people the whole time. I'll get there. I will get there. Anyway, so we made a really artsy short film where it's not trying to be reality at all, because the strength of narrative short films isn't that it tries to like be reality, but that it feels like how your dreams and thoughts and memories work. It's way more its closeness to your brain, actually emotions, that makes films powerful for me than its ability to represent reality. And in fact, just here's a quote for you.
The photoplay tells us the human story by overcoming the forms of the outer world, namely space, time, and causality, and adjusting the events to form the inner world, namely attention, memory, imagination, and emotion.
Actually, I'm just going to throw a couple of more quotes at you.
These imaginary images come to mean something that is psychologically significant, and this is because these fantasy images represent the quintessence of psychological reality. The danger of present-day cinema is that it can crush its subjects by its very ability to represent them. It doesn't possess the built-in escape valve of ambiguity that painting, music, literature, radio drama, and black and white silent film have by virtue of their sensory incompleteness, an incompleteness that engages the imagination of the viewer as compensation for what is only evoked by the artist. Thus the responsibility of filmmakers is to find ways within that completeness to refrain from achieving it.
Yeah. Anyway, so the idea is to go as far away from reality in virtual reality as we could. So to that effect, there is extreme close-ups trying to break people's problem with intimacy proximity in virtual reality. There is stop motion animation where we're like taking 2 photos per second and then having people act in that. And it worked a lot better than I thought it would, actually. I quite enjoyed that. I'm going to reuse that in another one. What else? Yeah, I shot some footage with a 16mm camera and with a digital camera, and then had the film developed, and then copied the grade from the 16mm camera over to the digital camera and used that for this short film, so that it's as far removed from clean digital sensors as possible, like really pushing it to how I don't want to use the word artistic, but ambiguous, maybe? Yeah. This is basically just a montage of images where you have to put 2 and 2 together and come up with a story in your own head.
In the formalist view, the essence of cinema is not to show reality, but to create meaning through a new language.
I have a very clear idea of what I think the story is. It's not important to me if you get exactly the same story, as long as you get like the emotional journey from watching it. Anyway, what else should I say about this one? Yeah, The grain. Oh, there's one shot that two shots. There's a shot of a push in on a door, and then a push in on a bed that's empty, and there's nothing there. And I'm very much sort of like I'm not a landscape photographer. I film people. I film stories, and yet these two shots really worked out for me in this film, way more than I thought they would. And I can't tell whether or not it works in the head-mounted display. So I really need to get to the point where I can test this on people. Because I'm like, ooh, not sure about that. Whereas my wife is like, ooh, that really worked out. And I'm like, I need to test audiences. Anyway, I'm basically just excited to actually get started. So, you know. Hey, by the way, ask questions. There's a guy who's asked questions, and I will get to your questions. It's just that I can't answer your questions yet, because your questions were about like, so what's the course structure actually like? I haven't started yet. I can't tell you how I got to the point of the project that I currently have, though. I'll try to make that over summer. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.